A very good morning, Team Zimbabwe. Welcome to Africa and Beyond Television Network. My name is Ronald Makusha. So there is a report, there is a rumor that President Hakainde Hichilema of Zambia was or is in Luanda, Angola, consulting with the current SADC chair. Remember, Hakainde Hichilema is the SADC TROIKA organ which deals with elections and with politics and defense. Is the chair of the SADC TROIKA organ, whereas the Angolan president is the SADC chair. And let's take a look into this report by Dr. Ibo Mandaza, who actually gives us insight of what is really happening. He says HH was today in Luanda as chair of the SADC TROIKA to consult the chair of SADC, enough to silence the self-serving nonsense and misplaced arrogance of loud mouths in Mutapa building. Be warned. This is Dr. Ibo Mandaza. This is what Dr. Ibo Mandaza says, and this is in regard to President Hakainde Hichilema of Zambia being in Luanda. So what is happening is that the greater possibility of resolving the Zimbabwean issues is that SADC has to sit, SADC has to call for an agent or for an emergency summit so that they sit down and they talk and they deal with this matter once and for all. They solve or they resolve the dispute hanging around the Zimbabwean elections, which are causing so much headache and so much problems in Zimbabwe as well as within the region. The reason why Zimbabwean elections are on spotlight is because of immigration. Look at the statistics of immigration. Zimbabweans are moving into Botswana, into Zambia, into Mozambique, and most importantly, they are going into South Africa in their numbers. And a lot of xenophobic attacks have happened to Zimbabweans in South Africa. We've seen several groups forming up, fighting the people of Zimbabwe who are living within South Africa. We have seen Dudula, we have seen all other shenanigans happening. We've seen several politicians actually calling for the deportation of Zimbabweans, and the South Africans themselves, they are actually contemplating working together with such parties who are calling for the removal of the people of Zimbabwe from South Africa. That has created a chaos within the region, and it threatens stability, it threatens how things should be done. ZANU-PF itself has refused to actually acknowledge that indeed there are problems which are being caused by its presence in the governance and its ignorance in terms of governance. ZANU-PF has become a corrupt. ZANU-PF people are a cancer in Africa, are a cancer within the region. They are so corrupt to an extent where they protect each other, they loot everything for themselves. Remember, people like Priska Mpumira, who are being accused of looting NASA funds, she bounced back as a senator. She was removed from a ministerial post. She was supposed to go through trial, and it was said that she is mentally sick or mentally incapable to stand trial, but she came back as a senator and also a Politburo member, which is a clear sign that ZANU-PF will never reform, or ZANU-PF does not want their own supporters or their own members to be prosecuted and to be put behind bars. When President Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa got into power in 2018, he gave an ultimatum to everybody who looted or who externalized funds and said, I'm giving you up to this day for you to be able to return everything you looted. But what happened? Nothing returned. Nobody cared to return anything, and we continued as usual, as if nothing had happened. So that has caused a lot of people to ask questions and say, what is the real motive of ZANU-PF? Is ZANU-PF ready to deal with important matters, or they do not care? Those questions are questions without answers, because ZANU-PF itself will not take any responsibility of their actions. So let us go through the comments and see what other people are actually saying here. So, okay, Hans Panapa, why don't you renounce Zimbabwean citizenship, since you are much more encompassed with HH Zambia than Zimbabwe? That is Darlington Mashoko. Skanzi, these criminals and PF are making 15 million people suffer, and you're busy talking crap here, folk. Skanzi says an off-white intellectual one up. This is general chat defined. Skanzi, we are not going to their captured codes this time. Only fresh pause. Okay. Skanzi Panapa, I tell you, they are having sleepless nights at the Shake building. Skanzi, difficult moments for the region. Okay. Skanzi Sekurumandaza, it seems ZANU-PF is unfazed with these SADC reports. And we hope for the best. One day soon Zimbabwe will be free. Skanzi SADC aina diri. ZANU will survive. Okay, Skanzi Putsek with your Hichilema. Okay, this is Nyamziwa. Skanzi who said dog, that will definitely silence the narcissistic court jester of a deputy spokesperson. Okay. And the MPLA is ahead with a different cloth to the so-called liberation movements in Southern Africa, still presiding governance, but have put a stop to the looting presided over by Eduardo dos Santos. This is Paul Shreton. Thank you, Prof. Put them in their corner. Propaganda has limits. Okay. So good night, Uncle Ibo. Don't forget to take off your shoes before you sleep. Okay. This is T Maroeke. And they want a fresh. We want fresh polls. No elections took place in Zimbabwe. They failed to deliver ballot paper. How do you call yourself a winner in such a mess? Okay, Skanze, thank you, Mkoma. We shall be free, Vachida Singadi. Skanze, this time, Chimuchi Kombatasa. Okay, Skanze, the powers in the country north of Zambezi River has distanced himself more from Mumba utterances. Zimbabwe is moving on. Outsiders are crying more than they believe it's over. Skanze, game over. Change is coming. And we are waiting for good news. Okay, Skanze, Tanga. Takarara Tamuka. Skanze, tell us more, please. So these are several comments from Zimbabweans who are actually taking a look on what is really happening within the SADC region. This is after the 7th of September 2023, 10:38 p.m. Dr. Ibo Mandaza had said HH was in Luanda as chair of the SADC TROIKA to consult with the chair of SADC, enough to silence the self-serving nonsense and misplace the arrogance of the loudmouths in Muntapa building. Be warned. So what Dr. Ibo Mandaza is simply saying is that SADC has started making moves to make sure that they resolve the crisis in Zimbabwe, or to find solutions on how to resolve the crisis in Zimbabwe. So I don't want to take much longer. Please, if you are new to this platform, please hit the subscribe button. Also, don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss out each and every time we go live or we post an update. Please like, comment, and share this video to as many people as possible.